Hello and welcome to Pilates for office-based workers. This is video 5 in the, variety series for the birthday bonanza. So last one in this series, and we're going to bring it right down, nice and gentle, nice and calm. So this is titled Pilates for office or desk-based workers, but the exercise is suitable for everybody. But the workout is designed specifically for people who spend all day sitting at desks, maybe hunched over a laptop, or people that drive lots, people that sit on the sofa lots watching TV. So it's suitable for an awful lot of people. So hopefully you will find this helpful. Feet hip width apart, toes point forwards, and you're just going to roll your shoulders forwards. So really quick warm up, and then I'm going to go through, take your shoulders back. I'm going to go through some of the best exercises that I give to all of my clients who spend all day at computer screens, or those that do lots of driving. Circle your arms forwards. And circle your arms back. Open out through the chest. So if you are watching this on Friday, the 19th of March, 2021, you are watching on our 1 year birthday of online classes. So happy birthday. If you're watching later than that, happy birthday too. So you're going to tilt your pelvis forwards. This is the neutral spine bit, which people can get a little bit confused about. So I will go through it quickly. Tilt your pelvis forwards. So you're going to do an impression of Kim Kardashian, and then tilt your pelvis backwards so that your back is nice and flat. Do that again, tilt forwards so you're doing Kim Kardashian impression, and tilt backwards so that your back is nice and flat. So let's do that one more time. And then look for the spot in the middle. So that's all neutral spine is the 50% point between tilted forwards and tilted backwards. Once you've found that spot, engage your abdominals. So the easiest way to do that is imagine someone's going to punch you in the stomach. So you create that tension in your tummy, but then relax it to about 30%. And then you're going to lift your pelvic floor. Not very glamorous. Imagine you're trying to stop yourself going for a wee, and imagine you're trying to stop yourself from breaking wind. And it might make you make a little face, but that's fine. And then squeeze your bum. So I always just imagine you've got a £50 note between your bum cheeks and somebody is trying to steal it. So one of the most important things, particularly for people who are a little bit hunched all day, is to now start to focus on the upper back. When you spend a lot of time like that, your body gradually adapts to that position, and that will be your natural posture. Okay, so if you just roll the shoulders back, still trying to keep the pelvis still, and that does take time, but this video will be in this group forever, so you can come back to it and just practice. Rolling the shoulders back, have your arms down by your sides, and create a little bit of tension between your shoulder blades. So your visualization there is imagine you've got a can of Coke or any other beverage between your shoulder blades, and you're just going to lightly squeeze on that can of Coke. You're not trying to crush it, but just a light tension. And then watch your head, so you're not letting the head protrude forwards. We're pushing back. Again, when we spend lots of time at a desk and then maybe looking at a screen, our body adapts to that position. We gradually build this, what's called forward head posture. So just try to counter that natural position by just drawing the head back slightly. Bring your hands onto your hips. So single heel lift. So I am going through this reasonably quickly, again, just because it's a 30-minute workout. So I want you to get as much content into the workout as you can. So just try to maintain that neutral position. Try to keep that tension in those 3 core areas, tummy, bum, pelvic floor. And then try to keep that light tension in the shoulder blades. So we're drawing back and down with the shoulders. Come up onto both toes, lift and lower. You might hear a few little pops and cracks and things. As long as they don't hurt, do not worry about them. Well done, last one here. And then come into a knee lift. So we're just warming up through the joints. But we're still trying to keep that tension in the tummy and the pelvic floor. As you lift the leg, your bum on that leg that you're lifting will relax. You won't be able to lift and keep that really tight squeeze. So that's Not something to worry about if you are finding that is happening. And then we're going to take the leg out to the side. And I just want you to try to do this with that awareness of keeping the pelvis in that 50% point between forwards and backwards. And with that tension, try to breathe. That's the hardest part. And try not to lean over like you're on a ship. Think of trying to keep your shoulders level. Seeing as this is our birthday celebration, let's have a glass of champagne on each shoulder. And a birthday cake on your head. Awesome. Same thing, but taking the leg back. Now this is maybe a little more work, because I want you to take the leg back. Let me move that so you can see my back better. Take the leg back, but you're not going to let the back arch. Okay, so try to stay neutral. So we're literally just moving the leg, that big thigh bone, you're moving that around in the hip socket rather than using your torso to create or exaggerate the movement. Let's take one more on each side. And then we're just going to do a little bit of hip mobility. I want you to take a circle with the knee. So again, when we spend all day sitting down at a desk or in a car, I'm just going to say desk for the purposes of brevity, but I just mean sitting anywhere really. These muscles can get quite tight. So one of the first things we're going to do in a second is try to loosen off those hips a little bit. And let's take the leg the other way so we go out and then circle in. So just encouraging movement into the body that you maybe wouldn't necessarily do on a daily basis. And most of these exercises, if not all of them actually, you can just do, get up from your desk and do some moving about. And it really will help in the long run to stop you from getting stiff. Last one or one more, and then we are going to come down to the floor. Now we are going to do some kneeling, so I would suggest if you're on a wooden floor, if you've not got a mat or something, just grab a cushion just so that you're going to be a little bit more comfortable. We'll take a roll down, so you're just going to drop your chin and roll down to the floor. Again, I'm not going to go into this in too much detail. Roll back up, because this is just a 30-minute workout and I want to get to the desk-based stuff pretty quick. Roll down and then come down to the floor. And then the first move that we're going to do is going to be kneeling, and it's going to be to stretch out your hips. So I want you to kneel on your right leg, so your right knee is on the floor, and then bring your left leg in front, so you look like you're going to be knighted or that you're going to propose to someone. Yeah. Now this is where you may want your cushion, because we are going to be here for just a little bit, so you might find you're more comfortable with that knee supported by something. And then I want you to tuck your bum underneath. So this is one of the few exercises we don't do in neutral spine. We actually want to encourage your back to be as flat as possible, so that you're just going to tuck your bum under, trying to flatten out the lower back area. And those of you who are tight, as you do that tuck, might already feel a stretch across the front of the hip, or maybe down into the front of the thigh. Then we are going to do a little rock forward. So you're just going to bend this left leg and that will shift you forwards. That stretch will increase and then come back and the stretch will go away a little bit. So again, tuck under, and we keep the pelvis tucked under for as long as we can while we're doing this stretch. And you'll probably find you lose it because you start thinking about something else. That's fine. Just when you realize, just bring it back, tuck your bum under. And we want the chest to be lifted. So lots of people do this, and I see this, where the torso is coming down. It's not quite right. We want the shoulders to be up and keep the shoulders away from the thigh. And then we're just going to hold at the front and then take your right arm up into the air. So we're on the right knee, so it's the right arm that's going to go up, and then we're going to take a little back bend. Now again, this can be a little bit tricky in terms of balance. So if you need to, you could either hold on to something with that left hand, or if you take that left foot a little bit further out, that will increase your base of support and make you a little bit more stable. And let's just do one more. And relax. Let's change over. So bringing the left knee onto the cushion or onto the floor, and bring the right leg in front. First thing is that little tuck. So tuck in underneath. And then we're just rocking forwards and backwards. So what we're doing here, this comes from kind of corrective exercise really. When these muscles on the front of the body get tight, then what the muscles on, if you can think of muscles as kind of pairs, muscle on the front, muscle on the back. And when the muscles on the front, so here or maybe down here, get tight, then the muscles on the back find it very difficult to contract. They find it difficult to work because these muscles are working so hard. When they won't relax, these muscles can't contract, because for the muscles on the back to contract, these muscles have to lengthen. Yeah? Hold at the front and take that arm up. So when the muscles on the front are in a constant state of contraction, and they don't like lengthening, they're not used to it, the muscles on the back won't work very well because they can't contract very well. So before we even think about doing some strength, building some strength in the back of your body, so your bum, we need to get these muscles a little bit more relaxed and take them out of that constant state of tension or being contracted. Good. We're going to do the same thing with your chest. So if you pop your cushion out of the way for a second, you're going to come down and lie on your back. The same principle applies here. The muscles here across the front, because you're always like this, these muscles get tight and they get short because you're constantly in that position. They're never asked to lengthen. That means then the muscles on the back of your body, your upper back, get long and they get weak because they can't contract because these muscles are restricting them. So what we do there is before we try and strengthen the back, we're going to try to get the chest a little bit more flexible. So lie on your back and sort your head mic out if you need to. And you're going to pop your elbows down on the ground. Now you can see I've got elbows bent and then a straight line from one elbow across my chest into the other shoulder and into the other elbow. So I'm creating that straight line. And then I'm just going to try to flop my hands towards the floor. Now often people do this and they can, get to here and they think, oh my God, what's going on? It's fine. It's just because these muscles across your chest are tight because you've not asked them to stretch for however long. And this one, you can just hang out in this position. You can do this whenever you want. Do it when you're watching telly. And over time, you'll find you can go further. So I have a chap, I won't say his name because I haven't asked him, but he did my back care course. And when he first came, he couldn't reach the floor. And I think he said he tried to do it every day but didn't achieve that because most people don't. I have stretches I try to do every day and I don't achieve it. I think he said he tried to do it every day. He ended up doing it most days. And it took him about 6 weeks, I think he said, to get to the point where he could get his hands on the floor. So it will work. It's just you have to do it for it to work. Okay, take your arms down by your sides. We're going to do a glute bridge. So again, when we spend all day in that sitting position, it's like I'm sitting in a chair, these muscles on the back of your body get long, they get lengthened. And when they're long, they don't contract very well. So we're going to have the arms by the side, push your hips up to the ceiling, and think about pushing the floor away from you. So not with your arms, but with your feet. And then I want you to come down, but picture your spine as you do that, and try to bring one vertebra down to the floor at a time. And then go back the other way, lift up. Again, think about your spine. Think about trying to lift one vertebra at a time off the floor. This can be slow and chill. Well, I say it's chill. It is hard work. But don't rush. So one of the things that's so great about Pilates is we're not just thinking about strength of the body, we're also thinking about the mobility of the body, particularly the mobility of the spine. And that's what we're doing here, is we're encouraging mobility into the spine, but at the same time strengthening the back of your legs and your bum. So that's your hamstrings and your glutes. So try to keep your arms quite relaxed. Don't generate force with your arms. Don't push your arms into the ground. And just repeat this a few more times. Now again, this is just a little kind of quick video for you, but you can do all kinds of things to make this more challenging. You could take your hands off the ground. When I say hands, I mean arms. And that just makes you a little bit more unstable. So you just have to work a little bit harder to stop yourself from kind of rocking and rolling. So really think about squeezing your bum as you go up, and try to keep that squeeze for as long as you can as you go down. And lots of people find when they first start to do this, their hamstrings object, and they object by going into a little crampy feeling. So if you are getting a bit of cramp, just take a little break. You maybe want to just stretch out the legs a little bit, or try to just relax for a moment and then join back in whenever you can. Let's make this one our last one. And then take a little break. Stretch out your legs, stretch out your arms. And relax, good. You're going to roll over. I'm going to flip end to end because of the space, the shape of the space that I've got. And you're going to bring your arms into square. So square is the same position we were just in when we were lying on our back and we were doing that cactus. I don't think I told you it's called cactus. I don't think it is called cactus. That's just what I call it because you look like a cartoon drawing of a cactus. I know I'm going to get comments about that now. I know you don't actually look like a cactus. It's just what I call it. Elbows are in line with the shoulders. So we've got that straight line from the from the elbow across the upper back and into the other shoulder. Now, I want you to create that tension. Just first of all, make sure you're not lying with a really big arch in your lower back. So the back isn't going to be flat. We want a natural curve in the back. Just don't massively exaggerate that. And then again, create tension in your tummy. Lift your pelvic floor. Squeeze your bum. Keep your head on the ground, although I know you might lift your head just to see what's going on the video. And we're going to lift. Alternating arms up, keeping the elbow at that shoulder level position. So So it lifts up towards the ceiling, but it stays in that straight line with the shoulders. Now squeeze your shoulder blades and lift your pelvic floor. If you want to tie your breathing in with this, which is maybe a little bit advanced if you've never done any Pilates or anything before, but if you want to try, you'd breathe out as you lift the arm, and then breathe in as you lower the arm. And again, there are harder levels of this that you can move into. Your obvious one, I don't know, it might not be obvious, is to lift both arms together. And we're still thinking, keep going, we're still thinking about that can of Coke between the shoulder blades that I talked about earlier. So now, when we lift the arm, think about kind of crushing the arm, the can of Coke, a little bit as you go. Finish after this one or your next one, and then come onto all fours and push yourself up. Good. We're going to come to kneeling, but this exercise, honestly, you could do it here, you could do it here, you could do it standing up, you could do it sitting on your bum. We'll do it in lots of different positions in class, just for a bit of variety. But today we're going to do it kneeling for no particular reason other than it's a position that I chose. So find your neutral position again. Create that tension through your tummy, bum and pelvic floor. Take your arms up into a V shape, so like you're doing the YMCA dance. Shoulders are down, so we've got this big space between our shoulders and our ears. And again, watch out for that retraction, that protraction of the head. Draw back. So shoulders are down, and you're going to pull into a W shape, crush your can of Coke, and then come up into that V shape. Again, strengthening the muscles on the upper back and around the back of the shoulders that get weak and that get long when we spend all day over a laptop. And I like to use the visualization here, that we're moving through something really sticky. So often I will use golden syrup, like it's goopy, you can stir it, but it's quite hard work to stir that feeling. So we create that imaginary resistance, so we press up, pushing through that golden syrup. But watch the shoulders don't elevate, keep the shoulders down, and draw back into a W. And then repeat, pressing up and draw down, squeezing the shoulder blades. And relax at the top of this one. Push up. And take a break. So if that's new to you, the square, that's one on your front where you're doing the lift, and the VW, V shape, W shape, you might find, oh my gosh, I can really feel that. It gets easier over time. The more you do it, the more your body adapts to it, and the more you'll be able to do. Again, I'm just giving you different exercises that will help improve your posture when you are a desk-based worker. Next one we're going to focus on is the head. So again, I spoke to you about this forward head posture, which people get not just from being workers at desks, but we're all looking at our phones all the time. We're all going around with our heads doing a sticky forwards thing. Technical term, protraction. So I want you to come onto all fours, and again, you might want to watch this first and then go through it, so we'll do it twice. So the first thing you'll do is make sure you're looking at the spot between your hands. I'll do it quickly. And then you're going to draw the head back, but still look at that spot. Oftentimes people are looking there, but then I say draw your head back and they'll look up. So try it with me. On your hands and knees, look at the floor. Look at the spot between your hands, or maybe very slightly higher. And then keep looking at that spot and draw your head back. And then relax the head. And do that again. Now, when I say relax, don't encourage. Don't try to push towards the floor. Just kind of return to whatever feels natural. And I often say with my group members is look at the floor, but then imagine you have to keep looking at the floor, but there's something there that smells really bad. So like stinky cheese or something, bit of Stilton. So even if you like Stilton, it's not a nice smell, is it? So you would kind of draw the head back to try and get your head away from it because of that nasty smell. Good. And I want you to pull back and then stay there. And then relax. Now again, if you are someone that spends all day like that and then suddenly you've done all of those neck retractions, you might feel, a little bit stiff. Again, it does get easier over time. The more that you do these things, the easier they will become. Last one that we're going to go through then is going to be a rotational exercise. When the upper back is rounded, then it can't rotate very much. Whereas when it's nice and straight, then there's more movement available in terms of rotation at the upper back. So we're just going to try and encourage some of that. I'm trying to think what's the best way to show you is probably here. So we'll just do the right arm and then we'll change and we'll do the left arm. So with your right arm, you're going to lift up, follow the hand with your eyes, look up to the ceiling, and then we do what's called thread the needle. So I'm taking my hand through that space between my hand and my knee. And again, reach up and then thread through. Good. Keep that going. Stretch and thread. And let's change sides. If you need to take a break for the wrist, because it's a lot for that wrist to be supporting you for that long. And again, look up and thread through. Follow the hand with your eyes. Down. Good. Sit however you are comfortable, and we'll just take a little bit of a circle for the wrist. So a little bit of wrist mobility. Again, spend all day like that. You maybe never do the opposite movement. Let's circle around the other way. And again, you can do this at your desk. You can do this at traffic lights in your car. Not when you're actually driving though. Well done. So I want you to bring your hands together and interlace your fingers. So bring the fingers kind of knitted together like that. And I want you to have your palms facing you. So you're looking into your palms. Straighten your arms and just try to encourage this bend here at the wrist. Then take your arms up over your head, but try to keep your shoulders down. Again, it doesn't matter where the rest of you is, as long as you're even. I don't want you to be kind of sitting lopsided or something like that, but you can be sitting on a chair, you can be sitting on your bum, and then just circle back. Then let's go the other way. So you're going to bring your hands together, push away, so your palms are now pointing towards me, and again we're trying to get that bend at the wrist, just encourage that movement. And then go up, but make sure you've not elevated the shoulders. Keep the shoulders down. Make sure you've not protracted the head. So I call this, to all my class members, pigeon. Don't be a pigeon. And relax. Circle the arms back and circle your shoulders. Last one. Come onto your hands and knees, and we'll just do cat stretch. This is one that almost everybody knows. Everybody's done this or seen it. Round the back, tuck your bum under. Hollow the back and look up to the ceiling. Again, round the back, tuck under. And hollow and look up to the ceiling. Well done. Tuck your toes underneath you and use your hands to walk in. Make sure you have got a little bit of space behind you. Push up onto your feet. Stretch to the ground, lengthen the legs, roll up to standing. And once you're at the top, give your shoulders a roll back. Give your arms and legs a shake and give yourself a little clap. So well done. So that's just, 6 of my favorite exercises that help people who are desk-based. So we've stretched the hips, we've stretched the chest, and then we've strengthened the opposing muscle groups. We've worked a little bit on forward head posture, so we've got that retraction through the neck, and then a little bit of wrist mobility as well. Any questions, do get in touch. If not, I hope you have a lovely day. If you are interested in more videos like this, then do get in touch with me. I have a weekly video subscription, which has it's got about 60 Pilates workouts in it. But there's a small series of them that is specifically for office-based workers. So it includes those exercises and lots of other exercises that will help with those postural problems that come with being a desk-based worker. All right, have a lovely day. If you are watching this on the 19th, I keep forgetting the date, on the 19th of March 2021, happy birthday. And I hope to see you at the Birthday Bonanza class this evening at 6 o'clock. I am going to try and record it, but I don't know how well that will go. I'm gonna try and record the Zoom. I'm also gonna try and record it on my phone, so I've got that as a backup, but the sound won't be very good when I record it on my phone, so I'm not sure. All right, have a lovely day. Stay sane, stay happy, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Bye.